Hello and welcome to another day. It's Tuesday after work, and I don't really have a lot of time for anything, but isn't that's always the case, right? Like, oh, I don't have time for that. Let me just not do it. We're trying to avoid that. Today was a pretty okay day. I feel kind of blah, but that's okay because coming down here, doing something will make me feel better, just like it did yesterday and the day before. So I figured I had this idea. I've mentioned before I want to try illustration or learn more about illustration and build my illustration skill, if you can even call it that. I don't know. I'd be drawing, but I really would like to do more with illustration and like explore that a little bit because that's somewhere where like I'm really unfamiliar and I'm mostly self-taught. So I don't know. I see like a lot of illustrations on like Instagram, YouTube, illustrators on the internet. And when I try to illustrate, I'm like, why doesn't my stuff look like theirs? Or like not even like theirs, but like why, I don't know, mine's just missing something. I can't put my finger on it. So I had this idea and I realized looking back at my like illustrations or drawings, attempts, whatever, I am like grasping on to realism a little bit too much, and I don't do it on purpose, but for some reason I just can't let go of realism. And like I try to illustrate and I'm like, this looks too real. At this point I should just like do a painting, you know? So I had this idea of like, okay, I draw this animal or this object or whatever, simplify that, and then just keep simplifying it. Like, how can I depict a rooster with like 3 shapes? And that's also something that Linda Berry talks about in her book, Lesson Plans, or like the syllabus. You know, she's posing this class and there's like a little cartoon here and it says, I want to take the class, but I can't draw. And another little person is like, I can't draw also. And in between those two little characters, it says, start with Ivan Brunetti style. And as I was reading this, I like wrote down in my notes, look up Ivan Brunetti. His characters are like made of simple shapes, like circles, triangles. And so that had me thinking, like, if I'm struggling too much with realism, why don't I give that a try? Or like, maybe you try to scale it down in the same session. So I figured I'd give it a try, and I figured I have some big notepads or like pads of paper that I haven't touched in, I don't know, 7 years. So I figured maybe I can just do it on there. It doesn't have to be anything like in my sketchbook. Sometimes stuff like that is too small for the sketchbook. So I figured drawing pad, I'll prop it up on my easel over there. It'll also be easier to film since I'm just struggling with recording top down of what I'm doing like on a tabletop. So I figured I'd give that a try, and we'll see how it goes. So let's get to it. Hi, bud. So ideally, I would have like a drawing board behind it since this is kind of floppy, but it's okay. We don't really need it. We're just messing around right now. Okay, cool. So I've got my box of charcoal. I figured charcoal would be the best because it's quick, it's kind of bold, like I can make bold strokes for visibility purposes and then just for like working quickly. Okay, so what do I want to draw? Possums. I've been seeing possums lately. I really like possums. So maybe I'll just start drawing a possum. I don't really know what a possum looks like. I know they have like little toes. And I think their legs are longer than that. They're kind of fat, but I have not used these erasers in a really long time. Let's see, drawing board. Drawing board would be good. And they've got this meaty tail and these beady little eyes and like a little nose, wide jaw. Okay, I'm messing that up. And they have 4 legs, so maybe this one is like something like that. And they have kind of patches of dark fur, or maybe their skin is dark. Looks like a possum to me. So we have this possum, not super realism, but hopefully you get what I mean. It's also not very like cutesy, or I don't know, it is kind of cutesy. But I could keep adding to it and refining it and make it look super realistic, especially if I had like a reference to work off of. But then like, what next? How can I make it simpler shapes? I don't know. Okay, this is hard. This is the hard part. So the ear, this circle, and then I don't know, maybe we just oh, that's like a bird beak. Maybe we kind of soften that a little bit, make it, I don't know, it still looks like a little mouse. That's a wrong eraser. Oh, brother. Okay. Maybe I kind of like that now that I can see it. Okay. I love possums. I really do love possums. I think they're very cute. And I had a friend who had a pet possum one time. I think her name was like Shannon or something like that. And the possum, not my friend. I know my friend's name. This is also like kind of hard with charcoal. I feel like charcoal is a medium where you can like, you build off of, you create light and shadow, whereas like what I'm going for, there's not really a point in doing that. And we're touching the edge of the paper, which I don't love, but it's okay. And I'm just gonna oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. But that's okay, because that's why we're doing this, right? To figure it out. And we've got like a chunky possum, but to me, I don't know, it's like this is too round, too pointy. I think this part, the ear and the eye, I think are really cute. The feet are not doing it for me. We need toes of some sort. Okay, better. I think that might be what it is. I hate the toes. But then now it's like, okay, everything's super simple and now we have these defined toes. So it's just not really harmonizing. There's a whole lot of no detail and then boom, here's detail. But I think what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna get like a pen. I've got this brush tip marker. We'll see what color it is. That's very green. That does not look like this at all, but maybe it'll work. Okay, so maybe we try this again on a smaller scale. Maybe I will start with the ear. And then maybe we'll round this out still. Coloring that in. Do I like that better than that? I think I like the half. And this guy doesn't have a mouth. And I kind of like how he doesn't have a mouth. Like, now that I'm looking at it, the face is kind of doing something for me. I think with this one, the ear is too high up, so whatever. I don't know, I don't like it. It's doing the same thing as the other one. It kind of looks like a little pig, which is cute. I love pigs too, but it doesn't look like a possum to me. It kind of looks like a hippopotamus. Oh no. Okay. What if I just do the head, right? What if I do like a box? Okay. And what if we do a portrait? But maybe her tail comes up. Okay, never mind. That kind of looks like a monkey's tail. Like, that's not perfect, but it's something, right? We went from that to that. And what if I just did like straight up shapes? I don't know. And it kind of looks like a mouse. But maybe we could do some like fuzzy. And it still kind of looks like a mouse, but is it the toes? Does it need toes? I'm about to royally like mess this up, but like what if, because possums are always screaming. I don't know. That didn't really do it for me either. But maybe it could be like just the teeth. No. But what about the toes? Do they still need some toes? What do possums look like when they're... Okay, this one's kind of goofy. I like it. It might also help to have like a reference photo. Okay, see, this guy I like. This guy I can work with. Okay, period. My very green pen that looks like it's supposed to be dark green. I don't know. I don't know what that's about, but here we are. Boom. So here's where we started. And then we went to this guy, kind of looks like a little mousey. Then we grabbed the marker, went to this guy, looks like a hippo with like a hippo, I don't know, trying to cosplay as a possum. And then we did this portrait of a possum posing very politely, but it kind of looks like a little meerkat with a tail. Do meerkats have tails? I don't know. It's kind of posed like a meerkat with a little tail up in the air. And I don't think possum tails are pretty heavy, so I don't think that would be a thing. And then this one that was kind of cute, but I kind of ruined it with the mouth open. But was it ruined? Was it really ruined? Because I'm like, okay, what if? And then boom, we ended up with this guy. And I'm really satisfied with this guy. So I don't know, even though stuff may look goofy and stupid and like, you're like, what? Why did I do that? You might end up with something that you like, that you can work with, and you can really just keep working it until you find something you're satisfied with. And like, I like this starting guy. I'm actually pretty impressed with my possum knowledge. Like, I drew this guy from my memory. It worked out. Okay, so boom, I did it. I don't know, it's kind of weird to see myself like work through the process, or like to reflect on me working through the process of starting something and like trying to achieve this end result and seeing all the in between steps to get there. I end up with something that, that I can use, that I'm partly satisfied with. It's kind of crazy to see that process at work. So I feel like that was like a helpful exercise. And it kind of, I won't say it did exactly, well, I didn't have any expectations, right? Like, I don't go into these things with any expectations besides like wanting to learn more about myself and my process and how I resonate with trying new things. A lot of the times I set out, I'm like, I want to draw a possum. Like, normally, what my process would be is I would sit down, I'd try to draw one thing in my sketchbook with a pencil, and I'd be like, this is not good. I might rip it out of my sketchbook or cover it up with something else, which, I'm not opposed to. Like, I think it's totally okay to not like your own work and to, put something else over it. But it's not really conducive if I just try it once and I'm like, I don't like this. I shut my sketchbook and I don't pick it up for another 2 weeks. So I don't know. It was really, really cool, really nice to be able to like try it in another environment, try it on a bigger piece of paper where I can do multiple things at once and kind of see the iterations next to each other without feeling like I'm wasting pages in my sketchbook if I have this other pad, notepad, sketchpad, whatever, dedicated to just like messing around and seeing what happens and doing one thing and saying, I don't like this, let's try it this way the next time. Was really cool. So I think I'll hold on to this for a while. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a like or a comment. Subscribe if you want to. And I will see you again in the next one. Bye.